Hello and welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Rabbi Eliezer Melamed, Shlita. We find ourselves here on Thursday, and we thank everyone for listening. We continue davening for Chayalei Tzvah Yisrael, for Shalom Echol Petzui Yisrael, safe return of our hostages, and again we are dedicating our learning Le'ili Nishmat Saran Daniel Shema Ben Harav Duron V'Sheli Hashem Yikum Damo. We continue with the laws of Zecher LeChurban. The next is Kriya al Arei Yehuda. So we're familiar with the process and procedure of kriya, of tearing our clothing when you lose a relative for whom you're required to mourn. So just like there is a personal mourning and a personal kriya, one has to tear one's clothing also for a public mourning for the destruction of parts of the land of Israel. Shalosh dargos l'churban. So there are three levels when it comes to destruction. Arei Yehuda, Yerushalayim, and Beis HaMikdash. The cities of Judah, we'll see what this means, Jerusalem, and of course the temple. V'chein muva b'talmud, the Gemara Moed Katan says, Amar Rabbi Elazar, Haroeh Arei Yehuda b'churbanon, Amar Arei kadshecha hayu midbar v'kareya. Rabbi Elazar says, when you see the cities of Yehuda in their destruction, you have to say, your holy cities are midbar, are desolate, or desert, and you tear. Yerushalayim b'churabana omer, when you see Jerusalem in its destruction, you say, Sion midbar ha'isay Yerushalayim shemama v'kareya. You say that verse, that Sion is a midbar, and Yerushalayim is desolate, and you tear. Beis HaMikdash b'churabana omer, beis kadshena v'sifartenu asher, hilalucha v'sino hilisirei fas eish v'chomach hamadenu hayolacharva v'kareya. And all these psukim from Yeshayahu, that our holy temple, our crowning jewel, is now a burnt ash of fire, and everything that was dear to us is now destroyed, and we tear. Kolomar, Adam shaya olu la'eretz Yisrael, kishahaya magil achas ma'arei Yehuda shenechrevu. So a person who goes to Israel, and when he comes to one of the cities that was destroyed, haya kareas hakriya rishon, he would tear the first tear. Ukishagil Yerushalayim haya karei b'shenis, when he gets to Yerushalayim, to Jerusalem, he tear the second one. Ukishara'es makam ha'mikdash haya karei b'shlishis, so when you get to the place of the Beis HaMikdash, where it was located, then you do the third tear. V'chol kriya hi ba'orach shel tefach, and every tear has to be at least a length of a tefach. He says in the parentheses 7.6 centimeters, or as my father would say, centimeters. For those of us who don't use the metric system, we say usually it's 3 to 4 inches, something like that. Ukriyas elu dinin kedina kriyas hachmur shekurin alav ha'eim, and this is the same laws that apply to the kriya that you do for a father, lo aleinu. You cannot fix them once they're torn. But if you want, you could sew them in uneven stitches. But usually once we tear it, we just get rid of the garment. So now the question is now that we have a state of Israel, and the cities of Yehuda and Yerushalayim are fully populated, do we still have to do these tears? Kasav Maram Yosef Karo B'Sifra Beis Yosef. Beis Yosef writes, Rabbi Yosef Karo, in Orach Chaim Tov Kuf Samach Aleph, Sha'akol Toli B'Shilton. That it all depends on who is in charge. V'lachein, Kasher HaShilton Yad Goyim, Af Pi Shegarm B'Arei Yehuda Yudim, Heinech Shavas Charevos. So if it's under non-Jewish rule and control, even though the Jews are living in the cities of Yehuda, but they're considered destroyed. And everyone agrees to this. The Mishnah Berurah writes there as well. Let's say in those certain times, let's say even though Jewish people are living there, but if, let's say, it was under Turkish rule, then we consider it as if they are charevos and destroyed. Hare shakol toli b'shilton. Everything depends on who is in charge. Lefichach mishasha kama medina Yisrael behei ir tavshin ches. So since independence of Israel, of course, Yom Ha'atzmaut on the 5th of Iyar in 1948, kol ha'arim she'ribonos medinas Yisrael kvar eina nechshavos charevos ela b'neo. So all the control is now under, of course, Jewish rule. So all those cities which until then were controlled by non-Jews are now controlled by Jews. When they were considered charevos, they're now considered built and occupied and lived in. V'chein das Maran Rav Tzvi Yehuda Kohen Cook Zatzal. Of course, this is the opinion of Rav Cook. V'chein shamati shepasuk amagon Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Auerbach. He quotes from Shlomo Zalman. Aval al arim she'od lo haya b'ribonos Yisrael ba'akamas medina haya tzarich l'kroa. And however, certain cities that were still not under Israeli control at the time of the Atzmot, at the time the Medina was established, then we still have to do Kriya, you still have to tear. So again, things also probably could have changed because some certain things came under control, let's say after 1967. We'll see as we go on what to do as far as Yerushalayim and Beis HaMikdash, but that's as far as, let's say, Or Yehuda. So therefore, when one goes to Israel nowadays, when you're driving from the Tel Aviv to Jerusalem highway and you go through Or Yehuda, the cities of Yehuda, which may have once been destroyed, we don't do Kriya because they are considered under Israeli control. But we thank you for listening today. Please continue davening for Chayalei Tzvah Yisrael, for Shalom L'Chol P'tzui Yisrael, safe return of our hostages. Nishmat, Sar and Daniel Shem Ben Arav Doron V'Shelei Shem Kum Damo. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day.